Hello everybody, my name is Andy and welcome to another LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising episode. Part 1, Season 1, Part 2 of Season 1, Episode 20, The Power Within. Ooh, this is the season finale. I'm really excited. You probably can't hear it because, my voice is a little quiet today, but that's fine. I'm pretty excited to see what's going on. Last time, a lot happened. A lot of tyranny in, well, mostly just overthrowing. Attempting to overthrow the Empress. They got the video out with her pretty much saying that she lies about everything and saying that, she is not a good person to the Imperium people. So it seems like, that's gonna push her over the edge of tipping points. And by that, I totally mean she's gonna do something drastic, and I feel like she's doing that right now with, the merge thing. It was the merge quick gun, which is lack for a better word. But we also saw that, Jordana was able to extract from the big boy down there. She was able to get it from him to make another core, which is interesting because now there's 4 dragon cores technically now. So is that helpful or not? But who knows? Who knows what that means? I am very excited to see what's going to happen next. Very excited to see what's going to happen in this finale because, if I'm not going to say it's not going to stick the landing because I have a lot of confidence in it, but I feel like depending on how it goes, it'll certainly be a tipping point to how people could perceive this as a new beginning for Ninjago. Especially like Ninjago, like it's been around since forever, like since, 12 years ago now? All the way back in 2011 when the pilots came out. Now it's here. And it's like gone through so many changes and so many different changes and such through networks and IPs and all that. Like it first started with Cartoon Network and the pilot episodes. Then it's not on Cartoon Network as much. And then it was on, other like websites of other places. It was probably on Cartoon Network in some other country, but like it wasn't so much here. You couldn't even find it around here. But now it's on Netflix, and that makes it much easier to see for especially those who want to see it. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you love this video. That helps a lot. Please watch LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising in Netflix, and then watch me watching this right now. So anyways, I'm excited. Okay, this is LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising season finale, The Power Within. Let's go. Let's see what there is to see. My gosh. Okay, so wow, so much happened and so much time really. Ever since the first, episode came out, all the way back in June, I think? June to May. It's been just super great. Super great. Especially with this new show being like another soft reboot of an already existing world. Having the world change, bringing new characters in, along with old characters back, returning. It just makes it all so interesting and cool. Interesting and good. So for this episode, first of all, we did see, we saw a lot happen, for sure. We saw a lot go on. We saw the weapon work, pretty much, the Merge Quake weapon. It sends people into the void of the merge, which is like super unsettling to see because, at least before they were able to reverse it, it seemed like they were gone. And that's not something you really see from Ninjago, like, sure, there's occasional, like, hey, look, they died, but it was off screen. Or, only sometimes they show actually what happens. But it's more like, haha, his ghost flew away. Or something like that. But here that they actually show people getting sent into the void, that is just unnerving as heck. Even more so with we saw it happen to a lot of characters, a lot of different ones around the world. Especially with the ones we knew, with some of the ninja, half of them. We saw it wrapped Percival go in, and then he came back out. We saw Rapton go in, but we haven't seen him come back out, which is a little concerning. But we did see Beatrix go in, and she's gone. For sure, probably. Hopefully. Maybe. Yeah. But, like, there's a lot more interesting things to talk about. Like, also for what we saw with Sora, her unlocking her true potential was her overcoming her feeling of being held back by her parents, which is honestly super, like, that makes sense. Every single time we see someone try to unlock their true potential before of the ninja, it's always been because there was something holding them back. For example, it was like a self-conscious thing. You know, like, that's why certain media always have, when you have powers and you try to use them, sometimes it'll work out, not because you can't do them, but because you're not strong enough mentally to do it. You know? It's the best example I feel to really name drop is Spider-Man 2, where Peter was feeling so sick, he was overwhelmed by everything, so much so that he couldn't be Spider-Man. It wasn't until he realized how much better things could be if he really put himself up to it that he could, get his powers back. And that makes sense for here, because if you remember all the way back then, I believe it was Zane, when we first found out he's a robot. Crazy plot twist, by the way, back in the day. If I remember where I was when I first saw that. Yeah, so back then, when he accepted who he was after flipping his memory switch, he was able to unlock his true potential and freeze those, what were they called again? The tree horns? But yeah, that's what he was able to do. And then he unlocked pretty much, he had his elemental powers from that point on. Same with others, sort of. Well, at least not until, the Tournament of Elements season. But before that, we saw, it was him, then it was Jay, who he kind of got it from a kiss from Nia. Don't ask about how that works, but the kiss also helped him with the snake infection he got, which also don't ask how that works. It said it was increased the heart rate, which, I don't know, doesn't seem that irreversible. But there was also that time with Cole, when he felt his dad didn't accept him. But then at the end, when he was shown to be having a good dance with the Triple Tiger Sachet, he felt his dad's acceptance, and then he was able to overcome that and save his dad from being crushed by all that falling debris. And then the last one, Kai, it was after he realized he had to protect Lloyd in the volcano because he was a Green Ninja. Don't ask how he knew at that point, but what was important is that he unlocked it, and that was the episode when the Green Ninja was revealed. Also, if you remember that, you know where you were. And also, I guess, I always felt, as great as Lloyd is, part of me always felt that, it was supposed to be Kai. Because he was the main character from way back when. But now he's pretty good. He's really good now. Like, for sure. He's up there, and they brought him back as the main characters. Go. He's up there again for me, honestly, with, how he is with Wildfire. Also, him and Wildfire, speaking of that, we see at the end where they try to practice with cans. They mention, Kai's fire can melt him into ash, turn him, incinerate him into ash. Wildfire's heat, I guess, can melt them. So, that's pretty much confirmation that it is different. For sure, it is a different element of power. I imagine they won't elaborate until next season on what it is. Also, who is Roz's master? Because I thought it was always him calling the shots. And, even then, we don't even know what his deal was for sure with, who he was all about with, including the Source Dragon and or, his plan for specifically. We don't know that either. Even more so with nor his master, but he does recruit Jordana, which is great because Again, that makes sense. If apparently she's gonna be involved in next season, which we already got SAG descriptions. That explains why she's gonna be a part of it. So it makes sense as to where he wouldn't league her into helping. But she does have a small portion of Source Dragon power, which is interesting. And even more so, speaking of that, we see Lloyd. He still is a conduit, which is interesting because it seems like even though he can't activate that power on his own, he's able to use it whenever necessary. So like with, you know, the Source Dragon energy cores, or just when he's near a Source Dragon, it looks like he can use that power. And that power is crazy powerful. He was able to, open a door, and then also stop the merge quake from destroying everything, and save everybody, which is great. And also equally as great that Frog Hickey was able to come and clutch. He saved the world. I'll say that. He saved everybody. For sure. What else happened? This was a great season, like for real. Like I know everyone doesn't see it as equally as crystallized. Some people dislike it, some people don't like it, some people hate it even. And I will not say that those aren't valid. I can totally see how people could feel that way about that season. Me, I like it, but I don't also not see the problems people have with it. It's mostly that the highs are way more noticeable to me than the lows, I guess is a better way of putting it. And I just want to have a positive outlook on these things. But this I will say, I know for sure this is one that everyone's liked. I know for sure this is one that everyone will see as one of the best seasons of Ninjago. This is one of the best finales of Ninjago. And definitely a great start for this new show. This new series, rather. Because, it just makes so much sense. Like, for real. What else is there to say? We still have a lot to go off of. Like, we don't know who cursed the snails. Or not snails. We don't know who cursed the bookworms. We don't know who put the tooth in the crab. We don't know who Roz's master is. We don't know what his plan for Ryu was. We don't know what specifically realm he came from. For sure, like, because wildness, I don't know, there's still a lot we don't know. Like, it could be from Chima. It could be that little landmass that was underneath. Even more so, we don't know where Cole was being led off to by Wu Ghost. We don't know where it was going to be up with Kai or up as Jay. We don't know if Garmadon is going to come back. We don't know where anything is. Which I respect that. I respect that they're able to hold off on elaborating on certain details and save all that for later. Like, we don't need everything tied up in this one season. We can save all of that for later. And I really, really like that. I really like how they know they can do that and save it for many future stories that are inevitably going to be told. Because, Ninjago is much different than any other show. Like, I don't know, it's different in a sense that, like, think of it as Barbie. I know it's a weird comparison to make, but, like, however many toys there's always going to be other media advertising toys. So, like, all those different movies, all the different TV shows, whatever, commercials, all about them. And while there's a new Barbie movie, that's different. It's different. It's like, as long as there is toys being sold, this show will go on. And as long as this show is going to go on, there will be toys being sold. It just, like, it's a perfect loop, in a sense, I remember hearing the first time that it ended. I was super sad, but apparently, because this was all the way back in, like, what, 2013, 2014-ish? It was either late 2013 or early 2014. No, I'm pretty sure it was 2013. It was around that year. Because the first season started in 2012. And so apparently the story went on that kids' parents, they were told that the kids were sad that Ninjago apparently ended, so they kept calling, and then someone in Ninjago higher ups or Lego, I guess, was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll bring it back, sure. And then they did, and it's come back lots and lots of times before that. And I'm not gonna say that it got repetitive or that they ran out of ideas at certain points, nor did they, you know, like cheapen stuff in order to make new things for seasons. I can't really say that because, there's the creative process going on between both who makes them in Lego and who makes the Ninjago stories. But you have to really, really, really respect them for coming up with all these different seasons, all these different episodes, all these different characters, all these different arcs and seasons and stories continuing on with this toy line. It's just like, it's so impressive, and I feel like this does not even get that talked about that much, like Ninjago. Like, literally most people who hear Ninjago are always like, oh my god, that show's still going on? Yes, it's going on, and it's great. It's great now. Not that it hasn't been, but it's great now also. It's just so cool to see, because this is really is one of my childhood, shows, like way back in the day. I was there for the pilot episodes. I remember seeing advertisements for them in Cartoon Network. I was like, huh, there's a Ninjago show? I swear, I saw this. I think I saw the toy first somewhere, and then I saw the pilots. Well, it was either before the toy. Either I saw the pilots first or the toys first. I can't remember specifically, but I'm starting to think maybe it was the pilots first, because, then I would have saw the toys and be like, I should buy those. And then I did. And now I have a lot of them now. But that's fine. It's fine. This is really, really good. This is really, really good. I'm going to definitely try to buy as much as I could of this season. It doesn't have to be sets. It could just easily be, minifigures. I hope Raptor got out. Hopefully they elaborate on that. But it's cool at the end that they, it seems that Percival is leading the new Imperium. Have it be like a, what's it called? I think a bureaucracy, I believe. Or democracy. I don't know what the difference is, really. But it just seems like, it's going to be a council, I guess. Not that council, the other council. Like, But it is also sad to see, like from what, I thought that would have happened was they would have released his sister and she would have been the new leader empress. But no, it looks like she's also gone. Unfortunately. Which, I mean, yeah, they didn't elaborate saying they locked her up or something like that. They just said, yeah, she's gone too. Sad. And yeah, I guess they didn't elaborate on that either, but, What else happened? I'm very interested to see what the next season has, whether it be all the way in 2024. I don't mind the wait. Not at all. I'm happily waiting for whatever they have next, because this has been so good. And I'm happy for you all joining me, watching me watch them, and then watching me talk about them. So anyways, I guess that's all I have to say, really. This has been Lego Ninjago Dragons Rising, Season 1, Part 2, Episode 20, the season finale, The Power Within. Thank you all for watching. My name is ANDAY, and this has been my reaction. If you enjoyed, if you want to see more, probably not yet, because it's going to be probably a while before the next episode comes out, but I'll definitely react to it. If the copyright laws will see. Right? Hopefully. Maybe. Anyways. So, yeah. This has been my reaction. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps a lot, for sure. I want to do more of these. I want to do more reactions, for sure. I want to do reaction to other shows. Maybe anime? Maybe? Yeah? Anyways, I guess I've continued that bit for long enough. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.